Vince, you might as well just go ahead and call into work sick now.
As long as it's 10 hours before my shift, apparently I'm good, which I think should be good now. Otherwise, I get written up.
For being sick?
Yeah.
How is that a thing?
Yep. I don't know.
I feel like there's a joke in here somewhere about being immunized and vaccinated and truckers and health and not coming in sick. I'm not the funny person to make
It's
it.
It's more so like, they have enough time to find somebody to cover your route, but
I think I got a defective bottle.
What does that mean?
Well, it's cracked here,
oh shit.
which I may have did.
No, you never admit to that, Tim. You didn't do anything wrong.
So I think it's slightly seeping, and they put it's like packing tape
They said
around.
you drank it and it was good.
This is not the first bottle I've had
Of course not.
today. Yeah, I'm gonna need like a knife for
We
this.
might as well just
You have a knife?
I do.
might as well just change this podcast name
Very
to
little one.
Alcoholics Podcast.
Yeah, it's
alcoholic talk.
yeah.
What's the opposite
It
of
is
anonymous?
leaking. God dang it! I will not put this on the table then.
What's the opposite of anonymous, Tim?
Synonymous.
I don't think that's...
Infamous.
It's Alcoholics at Infamous. Where we tell you that we're alcoholics and we're not ashamed about it. What are you doing? Are you just trying to get the camera? Like,
I'm just waiting for the internet to load.
just being weird?
Yep. But we are recording, so there's that. I posted it on the Facebook. I said, Super Bowl pregame party on YouTube. Hop on the chat and tell us your prediction. So if we get one prediction, I think it'll be considered a success. A successful day. But I'm not holding out hope. Like my new hat? I think I had to
great.
replace the old one.
It's not Adidas, though.
That's all right. And all that matters is how it fits and how the
Oh.
color matches the rest of what I'm wearing. I'm less about the brand on the front, more about how it makes my head look.
Oh, okay. It's not a very sharp knife.
Well,
It's
it's-
just a knife.
Don't hurt
No,
yourself,
it
Tim.
just pushes.
All right, I think we are rolling.
Also got a flashlight.
We're going. All right, we're going for it. So welcome into the Garage Talk Podcast. We have a little bit of a weird episode today, and by weird I mean unique, different, obscure. Tim's the English major. We'll let him fill any more words for that. But what we're doing here is, so obviously today is February. What's today? The 13th. February 13th, which is Super Bowl Sunday for Super Bowl 56 between the Los Angeles Rams
Woo!
and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Boo.
But what we're doing here is we're doing it kind of like a two-parter episode. So if you're hopping on YouTube, if you're watching live, this is before the game starts. So we're doing like a pregame podcast party, so to speak. It's very impromptu. We decided to do it last night. That's what we're doing now. But Tim and I will be hopping back on post-game to give our thoughts and opinions to kind of recap the Super Bowl. It could be very quick. It could go on depending on what happens within the game. But if you're on YouTube now, if you're watching on YouTube, you won't get that part. But if you're a podcast listener, you will have our full in-depth, slightly depthed recap of the Super Bowl. But as of now, we're before the game. We're going to talk about the game. We're excited about the game. We're excited about life. And we're just going to roll with it. So that is the plan. And thank you for joining.
Cool.
Tim, let's just start with you.
Mm-hmm.
The LA Rams fan in the room. You got to be a little nervous.
I'm terrified.
Because the Rams sold out. They absolutely sold out to get to this point. They gave all their draft picks, and it's not even that their future is at risk, but they have acquired all the players they want. They upgraded at quarterback, defensive back. They're kind of all their prime positions. They have the key pieces that they need.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't win today, when? If not now, when? Because if you can't do it now, will you ever be able to do it? That's
Maybe in a couple years when we get some other weird free
that's
agency
gotta be
things.
a real fear in the back of your mind, though.
Yeah, I'm shaking a little bit. I'm scared to talk about anything just because of how it was terrible for sports podcasting for my own team. But
wait, what?
I'm terrified. I'm scared to talk about anything because I don't want to say anything that yeah, I know Vince is gonna shake his head at that, but I will try.
You have to do everything in your power to not cause your team to lose. And
it's outside of your power.
Yeah,
Tim. Vince, if you think everything's outside of your power, why are you even a fan? What's the point?
Because I enjoy to watch my team win. I don't know. I believe in them.
Then why do you watch the Broncos?
Because I believe in them. I enjoy watching them. I enjoy cheering them on. It's not about what I can do for my team. It's what my team can do for me. It gives me some sort of validation.
I feel like that's kind of your attitude towards your country as well.
Correct.
It's not about what I can do for my country. It's not what I can do for my community. It's about what they all can come together collectively and do for me.
Right. And they haven't done a lot. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to keep fending for myself.
Yeah. That's so dog eat dog world. It's every man for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the moment is now. I mean, obviously, it's got to be, and the media immediately took Tom Brady's junk out of their mouth and then put Joe Burrow's straight in directly after that.
Back to back.
This the last 2 weeks. That's all it has. No, actually, I'm enjoying it that they're putting that on him.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I am a little bit scared that Joe Burrow is some sort of god that has come to the football
world. We've seen him bleed.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently, God's
he is mortal.
Yeah, very mortal.
But at the same time,
the Bengals have put that to the test
yeah.
time and time again. So and tonight will be no different.
Yeah,
it's one of those things like you can plug the hole with your finger and survive a couple playoff games, but how far can your little finger hit the floodgates of Von Miller and Aaron Donald from crashing through and absolutely killing you? And I don't see how the Bengals come out of this alive. But I guess crazier things has happened.
The Rams could shit the bed, and that's what I'm terrified of. But
I mean, I don't think the Bengals stand a chance.
I don't either.
I think
it's going to be. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be scary close, but I think we'll pull it off. But I don't know. I don't know.
Now, these were all my feelings before today. Now, I'm going to add in a little picture onto the stream, so I'm doing producer and
wow.
This is a picture of Joe Burrow, and the picture is way bigger, so now I have to do extra producing.
Oh, this is pregame drip.
Where is it on? Am I looking at it?
I'll pull it up on my phone for you. Or why don't you just get up and walk over here? This is the worst podcast ever.
No, I want to see where it is. Yeah, I want to.
My internet's so slow.
Where is
I can't even get a nice picture pulled up.
Is it covering both of us now?
I want to give Joey a little kiss on the cheek. Did it work?
Oh no, he's still covering the full screen.
Oh, it's just the entire screen.
It's the entire screen. So I'm minimizing it, pulling it up, still covering the whole screen. Minimize it some more, pull it up, still covering the whole screen. Oh no, I accidentally grabbed my camera of me. Oh, this is a disaster. This was a mistake.
You could
huge mistake.
This was a mistake.
You know what would work probably better is if you had a real live mouse, but you don't have enough USBs on your little Apple.
But also, we could afford more USBs if we at patreon.com sign up and support the show /Garage Talk. All right, Vince, here we go. Wait, don't move. No, he's not over there. He's covering my face. So hold on. I've got to minimize him a little bit more.
Wait, is he up there?
He's that.
Where is he? Ah!
Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Kind of? Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my phone so you can actually see the drip.
Yeah.
Because
the grip?
Drip.
Oh, the drip.
I extended my D. If Tim's got to be pissing his pants after this. He's walking on the stage like that.
God.
It's over, Tim. Like,
did anybody see
What about Vaughn?
Yeah, I was going to...
Vaughn Miller's always got the swag going.
Yeah, but this is Joe Burrow's world, and we're all just living in it. So.
I don't know. Von Miller's he's a bad man.
So Vince, are you kind of cheering for the Rams then because you like Von Miller so much?
I love Von Miller. So I really have no like stakes in this fight at all because
it's kind of like kind of last year for you a little bit. You were cheering for the Bucks in the form of the Huskers, I guess.
Yeah,
but
But yeah, so I love Von Miller. You know, obviously him being with the Broncos for so long and being just a huge part of that team for so long. Yeah, I want Von Miller to do well, but also, you know, seeing Zach Taylor coaching the Bengals, somehow surviving all the way to the Super Bowl. That's incredible. Gotta love that. And, you know, Joe Burrow is just, he's a,
as you saw in the picture there.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime quarterback, I think. And
if you're listening to this and somehow didn't see his pic, I'm sure it's going to be blasted all over the game and pregame. Go look it up because it's nice. I'm not touching the computer anymore. We're done with this whole stream thing. I spent the last 10 minutes trying to fix everything. I'm surprised we haven't crashed yet.
Yeah, I haven't found a picture of Von Miller. I didn't see it on.
Cameras aren't on him, man. It's all about Joey B.
Yeah, I think I saw they showed Aaron Donald walking in, but I haven't seen anybody else. Nobody cares about Matt Stafford.
Poor Matt. They had like
a
nice pregame thing about. But
his wife
his wife talked for him pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, all right, hey, Matt. So how did it go down? How did you meet Sean McVay? And what was that vacation like? And then his wife talked for like 15 minutes.
Right. No, poor Matt. He's got to win today, otherwise he'll never get out from underneath the Lions.
And it's not fair. It's like, this guy gets one chance.
Yeah, pretty much.
One chance and that's it.
Yeah. So hopefully he's got something in him today. Yeah. No. Apparently, I should have slipped into Kelly Stafford's DMs so I could go to the Super Bowl. Like she spent like $250,000 sending fans to the Super Bowl. Apparently.
Oh. DM'd her.
I don't know. I don't know how else they swindled her into that.
I think it'd be a little creepy. Hey, you don't know me, but I'm a big fan of your husband's. He doesn't know me either.
I've been a fan for your husband for the last 7 months.
And on the positive note, Tim, you have the entire city of Detroit behind you, which means virtually nothing. But
yeah, the Detroit Rams are a thing now, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy. I hope it's not.
He's getting so nervous.
Oh no!
Stop. Yeah, they made shirts, but they didn't. Luckily, they used the old logo. Otherwise, it would have looked even worse.
Well,
but they combined. Well, they still have the old one too, but no, they combined the lion and the
That's called
that
a ram.
The logo. This logo.
Gotcha.
This logo.
I thought you were
not
confused about the animal that was on your hat for a minute.
Anyway.
Anywho,
what were you saying?
Should we talk about the best Super Bowl dishes ever, or do you have more to say about the Rams?
Dishes?
Food.
Oh. No, I'm done talking about the Rams as soon as we can be. So scared.
Top five Super Bowl foods of all time.
Yeah, sure.
In draft order. This is off the fly. I get pick number 1, wings.
Okay, well I'm gonna. Okay, who gets number 2?
You, because you spoke first.
Watering hole wings.
Wings. You ruined the segment, Vince. It's over.
Nope.
It's over.
They're not the same. Wings and watering hole wings are entirely different. Entirely.
Yeah, but for big games, I'd rather have my own homemade wings.
No.
So why did you bring over wings then? My wife's cooking a 4-course meal for you. Why didn't you just bring over some watering hole wings? Save her the effort.
Because you guys didn't say. You said, "Hey, we're gonna make wings." Okay, well then I'm not gonna bring wings.
I did not say we were making wings.
You did say that.
Where in the text does it say we're making wings?
It doesn't say that in the text.
Exactly.
You told us in person.
I lied.
God.
When did I tell you in person?
He told us that like 2 weeks ago.
That was the initial idea.
Okay, well,
the idea evolved.
I gave you the final schedule yesterday.
That's fine. You told me wings, so I was like, okay, we're good.
But did it say the final schedule? It did not. If it's not written in Word, it's not real. Okay, that's how life works. That's why we sign contracts and make written schedules.
But see, every time I sign a contract, I don't actually like sign my name. I just sign something different every time. And so when they try to like sue me, I'm like, that wasn't me. That's not my signature.
I don't know who Joe Blow is.
One time in high school, we went to lunch like outside of school. You know, I don't know if in Seattle how lunches worked for seniors.
We weren't supposed to leave.
Okay, so
we
seniors.
We did a lot of the time anyway.
I think juniors could. I think maybe.
I got
upperclassmen could leave
I got
campus.
detention for lying to the security guard. Like she came back, she's like, what you sneak out for lunch? I was like, no, I just got here. She's like, all right, make sure you go sign in. Didn't sign in. Next day, the administrator comes to my class, and he gave me like the old lecture that like my mom and dad gave me when I was like 4. He's like, now you're not in trouble for leaving, you're in trouble for lying. Okay. Gotta go back to class, or are we gonna sit here and talk about the morality of truth?
Okay, so before my story was railroaded.
Sorry.
We went out to lunch. Went to Amigos, which is a local Mexican, kinda. Sure.
Drunk delicacy.
But they have their like Taco Tuesday sort of thing. You get a bunch of soft tacos for real cheap, and we had it with our like youth pastor. Like he invited us to have he was like, well, I'll buy tacos and stuff, and so we had it with our youth pastor. We were very late getting back to class, and so we're like, would you sign? Like you had to get passes and stuff. So we had him sign
like a
our
hall pass.
Yeah, kind of. So we had like our little planners that the school would give you every year, and
what are you doing?
Never mind,
Tim. So
what are you doing? Stop! What are you doing?
I was counting the mics plugged in.
We already covered this earlier.
Okay.
We're 20 minutes into this thing. If it's not ready to go, it's the whole podcast is ruined. Continue.
We'll never learn, man. We'll never learn. Anyways, so we had our youth pastor sign our planners as impersonating an officer to like
an officer.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're gonna tell our teacher that we got pulled over or something like that. Could you like sign as if you were the police officer?
That feels like way too much of elaborate of a ruse. Just
well, we didn't get in trouble, so
shout out youth pastor.
Yeah, and he signed it, Officer Dan Marino. The teacher like definitely was just like, just go sit. We was like, class was like half over by the time we got back, but we handed her the planners, and she's just like, just go sit down. Didn't get in trouble or nothing. It was great. So thank you, Officer Dan Marino, youth pastor.
That's so funny. He probably put that like, I can't believe these guys asked me to do it, so I'm just gonna get them in trouble. And then, nope,
he would never.
How
dare you?
He accidentally sinned.
That's not a sin.
It says it in Ephesians 5:26. Do not.
Is that even?
You don't know.
You don't know any Bible verses.
Do not falsify a hall pass. It's written clear as day in the script.
You don't remember any Bible verses, please.
I know a good few.
John 3:16.
So
the most famous one.
So
the Lord loved the earth so much that He sent His only Son. Yeah, I got you. I was reading from the Tyler translation.
and Stone Cold. No,
and that's the bottom line. Stone Cold said so.
We have enough Super Bowl beers. You probably could have just done that.
The glass break.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Here.
It's awesome. I did one time
you
where
glass.
No, the beer thing. But one time I also.
Me too. We have it on our Instagram page. Where were you?
I don't know. Where was I?
Not in the freezing tundra of Kansas City.
One time we had like the beers, and I went to go smash it on my forehead, and it split the beer can in half.
Like just a perfect cut right down the center.
It exploded the beer and split the can completely in half.
Yeah, forehead of steel.
It was awesome.
Steel-toed head.
I felt like a badass. Except I was like, "There's no beer in here now," because normally you kind of like crash.
You were just sad.
Was it?
Yeah.
So it wasn't even cracked yet, and you just slammed it against your head, or?
Well, I mean, it definitely took more than one blow.
No, I mean it wasn't. You didn't pop it yet. It was.
No.
Yeah.
Vince
Okay.
is just slightly,
I mean, I wound up. I wound up though. Like I was like I tried smashing it, and then I wound one up like a softball pitch, and right into my forehead, and that's when I went, just like exploded. And
have I told you?
And that's how Vince got CTE.
Have I told you guys the story about how I almost got beat up by a drunk guy when I was like 12?
How'd you pull
Was
that
it your
off?
dad?
That's cold-blooded, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean that, Steve. I was just kidding. That would be sad. I'm sorry. That was a joke.
No, we were at this like 4th of July party with some guy that my dad worked with, and there was some random dude there who was just, I mean, it was like 8 o'clock at night, just wasted out of his mind, and he tried to break a beer bottle over his head, and he couldn't do it. He was stumbling around. Anyway, we found this keg. Now that I say this, I'm pretty sure I've said this on the podcast before. We found this keg from like July, or not July, from December, and it's 4th of July. And so he's drunk, being funny. He like has a little squirt gun. He's like spraying me with this old keg beer. So I got like a super soaker, 12-year-old me, and I start dousing him with this 8-month-old keg beer. And he's like, "I'll beat the shit out of a kid." And my dad was actually the hero. He's like, "All right, man, you did it. Why don't you just
settle
take
down?
It down buddy.
Settle down before I have to kill you."
So, yeah, I've been antagonizing people since I was 12.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tim, any fun stories revolving?
Getting in fights with old men?
People.
Yeah, I got
drunken debauchery.
There was a if getting in a fight with an old man is a thing. It was like 8 or 9, and it was a small town. You could hang out in the bar. Nobody cared. Yeah, because it was like you just played. Yeah, no, that wasn't until you're like 16. But no, I was there hanging out with my buddy. His parents owned the place at the time, and they had like a very even more miniature version of like the bar stool open. Like they had like a putting thing going on, and we were like back there shagging balls, throwing them back.
I'm gonna interrupt you. Should we do the bar stool open this year? Pretty sure we're talking about it every single
year. Yeah, I don't know. It never seems to work out. I always forget about it.
And we know your Saturdays are really booked up too. So
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So this drunk bastard, me and my friend are just helping out, getting the, throwing shagging balls, throwing them back. This motherfucker comes up and drives it at us, and I think he got thrown out by the seat of his pants by my dad. So
how old were you?
8 or 9.
Oh my god!
Quick question about both of you: like, how old are these old people?
Oh, you never know when you're young.
Yeah. This guy was probably like 45, 50.
They need to realize. I don't think they can take 8 to 12-year-olds.
He was pretty. I mean, he was like 30. Probably the guy was 30 to 40, somewhere in there.
Oh no.
I don't know.
But that was from 12-year-olds' me perspective. I mean,
right, that's true.
I thought freshmen in high school were
terrifying.
They're just most giant human beings on earth. I mean, so
I forget that you were a small, tiny boy.
I was very small. I was actually asked by upperclassmen my first day of high school. They're like, "You actually go here?" They were shocked. Speaking of late blooming, a couple weeks ago, I was a very late bloomer.
And then time just sped up like crazy, like 5 years ago.
And then it just went, it's like, took off. Didn't stop after that.
It's because as a little kid, I prayed at the altar every day.
Please make me older.
Make me older.
I'll be a real boy.
And then my hair dropped out on sight.
Whoops.
It's like the wish on the monkey paw. Doesn't always go the same wish.
What the hell's a wish on a monkey paw?
Never seen anything like that?
It's from Needful Things, I think, the Stephen King novel.
Man, you really lost me here, Tim. You're speaking a bunch of words.
You wish upon the monkey paw, and it gives you a wish, but it's not.
What kind of cult is this?
It's Stephen King. It's like a horror.
Yeah, your wish comes true, but
at a cost.
At a cost, yeah.
Classic.
Yes.
Speaking of cults, I'm pretty sure Apple, the products, Macs, iPhones, I'm pretty sure that's a cult.
Yeah. Corporate cult.
I'm not part of the cult. I just have a Mac. I don't vouch for it. I'd buy another laptop.
And doesn't your wife have an Apple phone?
She does. I don't. That's what I'm saying. She's part of the cult.
Oh.
Well, and so therefore, like by association, you're part of the cult. I don't think you get to be. Yeah. I don't think you get to be married to like a Mormon woman and not be part of the Mormon church.
There's lots of people like that. There's like Catholics who marry Jews, and
that's way different.
Inter-religion breeding.
The Catholics have been around long enough that like most of them have kind of fallen out from like the actual cult that is Catholicism.
Same with Judaism.
Yeah, exactly. That they've just been around forever.
But Apple's new, so yeah, maybe I am
and Mormonism isn't that old either.
I'm like a forceful, like indoctrinated cult, Apple cultist. But I'm just saying the lengths that people are willing to go to like defend the Apple product to me is baffling.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I don't either. They're nice products, but it's like
I don't need to spend this much for this kind of quality.
like every other year.
Yeah, especially that.
Watch your computer's just gonna explode. They're listening.
I'm gonna go blind. But it's I know a guy right now who's having like has a desktop Mac and he's having huge issues. He spent like his entire Saturday like on the phone with Apple. He ended up having to like take it into the store. He finally got it back. He's still having issues now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why don't you just buy another like a Dell or a PC?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I would never. I'm like, look what you're going through right now. What are you talking about? You can't. Well, I've had much worse problems with my PCs.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
the nice thing about PCs is that you could just wipe it. Like
yeah,
just back up whatever stuff you have and then just wipe it and then start over. Like
yeah, I've had to do that a few times.
You can't do that with Mac.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Because you have to have a genius work on it. I don't know if there's there's whatever F11 you can hit before the startup on most PCs, and you can just do factory reset, boom, and then you're done. Or you can run
well,
and you can run diagnostics.
You're kind of upset that you have to do a factory reset. So.
Yeah, because you lose everything. But if you can still get to your files, you can still save them.
Yeah,
but
that's why the importance of backing up your stuff as you make them. If it is important, just back it up.
Save it to the cloud.
Yeah, or an external hard drive.
Yeah, which are very cheap now, especially if you just get a regular.
Oh, yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I had to do that when I spilt a liter of beer onto my.
Oh, the Das Boot incident.
I had a the old. So it was a combination of stupidity. So I had a little end table, and what we had done is we had like glued a bunch of bottle caps to it, but we hadn't put like a glass or a flat sheet over it, so it was a little rough and bumpy. Also, I had a big Das Boot glass, like 8 inches tall.
Yeah,
8 to 10 inches tall.
A little Das Boot. Sometimes they're big.
Yeah. It wasn't a giant, but it was like the upper mid-grade Das Boot. Anyway, and that's already a little wobbly if you're not on a flat surface. I had it next to my computer on the small table on the bumpy bottle caps. Something happened. I twisted it slightly, and the beer poured all over my laptop.
Whatever happened to that table?
I threw it away.
Aw. It was a cool table. I thought you put a lot of effort into it.
No, Robin put a lot of effort into it. I just told her what to do.
It's incredible sometimes, like how much you get away with.
I should be divorced.
It's unfair. It's totally unfair. I'll tell you that right now.
But
I've done everything right.
Anywho, anyway, I destroyed my computer, but I took it into the store and they were able to copy everything to a hard drive. It wouldn't turn on. But I still have
good.
I still have the external hard drive. That's where I save most of our podcast episodes, like all my music, everything too. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I'm very proactive with my backup drive.
Good for you. That means we can actually have like an archive. We actually do have an archive of all of our
every single episode. Yeah.
Stupidity.
Yeah, because
including the podcast that shall not be named.
No, because it doesn't exist. What do you mean?
You didn't save that to the one where it's just me?
Oh, I have it on my computer, right? It's not.
You need to back that up, okay?
But yeah, we have every episode because on the Apple Music and or Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, it has a maximum of 100 episodes or whatever. So yeah, I have all of ours stored and saved. And I don't know if we ever want to revisit them, but we could. We have the option. Maybe here's the goal: is one day we're gonna blow up and then we sell those because people are like, oh, I want to listen to the old days. I'm like, well,
make them NFTs.
Yes, NFT episodes.
I don't think that works for audio.
Can you explain? No, hold on. What's an NFT?
I still don't know. It's a non-fungible token, and it's mostly a scam.
It's a big scam.
It's a scam.
Unless you're Von Miller,
like Bitcoin,
okay, who made one and he's giving all the money to charity. Okay, so relax. There.
Okay, hold on. Back it up because I see NFTs everywhere on the internet because it's popular right now. So all the talking heads, I guess, talk about it. What is an NFT?
Most of the time I see it, it's either
digital art.
Yeah, it's usually art or or even animated art. like very short, like GIF almost.
Yeah.
So Von Miller made
And
a GIF and
you
like,
pay-
sold it.
You
I
pay
think
a
it's just a picture, but
you pay a bunch of money and you have a receipt that you own this thing
So you sell
that
your-
can be easily
so
copied.
All it is, you sell your rights to your art that you've made.
not even that, because like the person doesn't actually have anything. He just bought. I don't know. It really doesn't make any sense. It is a scam. It's just a scam.
But you're the web guy here. You
Yeah, it doesn't mean
I
I understand it. I don't get any
really
of it.
let me down.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even
And
understand how cryptocurrency is a thing.
And
like,
well,
why it's a
that's
thing.
the other thing. Like, it has to also do with the fucking blockchain, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah, yada yada
All right,
yada.
so let's say we could make an NFT of the podcast of previous episodes
pretty sure it's
that aren't accessible.
Tim, that's why we have to make something different.
We can break the boundaries, dude.
Make
We
it
don't have to
new.
follow the curve.
Yeah.
Think
I
outside
don't-
the box.
I don't think it's for audio. It's for
You don't know
visual.
exactly. You don't know.
But we can make it for
You
audio.
don't know.
We could pave the way. We could be pioneers for NFTs.
Exactly.
PNFTs.
I mean,
Tim, why can't you just be supportive for once? For once,
Try to help this
be
podcast
supportive.
in some way.
Okay, sure. I don't understand it anyway. So
Exactly.
let's-
So
None
why
of
you-
us
so
do.
why are you fighting against it?
I don't know. It doesn't make it.
It's
I
your
can't
old
even
ma-
pretend that it makes sense.
It's
I
your
don't
old,
know.
it's your old man kicking in. We say NFTs. You're like, nah. Your brain's gonna explode.
Goddamn kids these days.
Damn NFTs. I'm more of an NFC guy. Los Angeles Rams.
Champs.
So okay, so we're doing that then.
We're gonna try. I don't know how. You're gonna
Now-
have to talk
now
to some
wh-
of those young bucks at church, I guess.
So what do I do then? I just what?
All the
NFTs are through church?
I'm sure
No,
you could. I'm saying you have some young friends at church that seem to be much more tech savvy
How do
than the
you
three
know?
of us. Because we had that one whole setup where we were gonna have a studio, remember, for a second, and then
Oh,
that
yeah.
backfired.
Yeah.
I think he's older than us, but
So okay, so what I'll do then is I just put out a tweet.
Oh yes.
I just tweet and say, buy this NFT,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody will be like, all right, here's $5,
Perfect.
and then I send them the episode.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but how is NFTs exchanged? Okay,
It's
cool.
just exactly
We're-
like
we're
you
doing it.
explained.
We're doing it. This is a gold mine we're sitting on, guys.
Yeah.
A
dude.
cash cow. We're shooting straight.
Where
up
else
in the
can you
financial
find
world.
episode 1 of the Garage Talk podcast?
My external hard drive?
Exactly.
But hold on. So if I sell the NFT of episode 1, can there only be one, or can it be like a cash printing machine? Can I just print as many
Just
NFT
print.
episodes ones as I want
Yeah.
and sell them to
It's,
everybody?
depends on how many. I think it's just like by demand. You know, you just print to demand.
well,
Okay, we're gonna.
I don't know about that.
gonna.
I think once you buy the
Tim's
receipt
back
for
in.
one thing, that's it. Like, you own that, then you can resell it to another sucker, and then that's how that works. You're only supposed to sell it once, but the visual thing doesn't make sense to me because you can screenshot anything on the internet or save it to your computer. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe you have to have like an official PDF of the NFT.
I don't know.
How many letters are we gonna go with this? We are way outside of our realm. We should not be.
PDF, GIF,
Yeah, we should not.
BDSM.
TIF.
Ooh,
Now we're talking our language. This is
now
something
we're
we
right
can
up my
really-
alley.
Really dive into.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever our viewers are on this. Stop, Tim. We're gonna lose viewers. We actually have viewers on our live YouTube stream. We're
Holy-
gonna chase them away.
I'm sorry.
I do have a fun little thing that came out from Pro Football Talk. Kayvon Thibodeau, who's the quarterback for Oregon, he said
Tom Thibodeau,
he is
owner of the Thibodeau.
he's an LA native, so he's from LA,
Uh-huh.
and he's a Rams fan,
Woo! There's one.
but he doesn't want to play for the Rams
Oh.
because of the California income tax rates. When is there going to be a first player? Oh, is that why Eli Manning didn't go to the Chargers? He wasn't concerned about the organization. He's like, well, what's
That's,
the tax
that's
rate?
barely a livable wage if you're in California.
Yeah.
Can't afford to have multiple properties if I live there.
I don't know about that.
What if that were like that? I think like behind the scenes that might play into like people wanting traded or to go to certain places through free agency.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, it might cause problems for like offensive linemen and random special teams players.
Yeah,
I
Matt
guess,
Gay.
but,
That guy's probably on welfare. kicker trying to survive on the salary in Los Angeles, California? No chance. Take it. We should do it.
While the guys in Detroit, despite them never winning, are just like loaded.
I'm sure he has
they're like all their like properties in like Flint, Michigan. They're just like they have no problems. Like we'll just import water.
It's California. You can just glamp, on the street. Like there's tents everywhere. They just have the really fancy ones. That's how it works.
Tim's coming in to defend the liberal tax laws. But anyway, seriously, Matt Gay, we should do along with our NFTs. We should start
a fundraiser,
GoFundMe for Matt Gay. Like, hey man, we know the California governor is taking what's his name, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's taking all of your money.
Gavin Newsom.
How do you know this?
He would know. Because he's probably a liberal. Like, oh yep, and our viewer's gone.
And it's gone.
No, he's kind of a douche.
But yeah, so anyway, Matt Gay is probably the majority of his salary, especially. They should never hold the Super Bowl again because NFL players have to play on their paychecks, their game checks. The tax rate is based off of wherever the game's played. So
is it really?
Yeah. So their Super Bowl earnings.
How do you know all this?
I listen to podcasts.
Interesting.
Like real ones. But when they play in the Super Bowl, they're going to get California taxed. Poor Matt Gay, man. And McPherson's a rookie kicker on a rookie contract, dude. That guy's he's not gonna get a game check for the Super Bowl. He's actually gonna have to pay.
Money.
He actually has to pay.
The state of California to play football.
Well, it's a hell of an honor.
Thoughts and prayers to Evan McPherson. They're not gonna let him back on the plane until he pays his dues. So yeah, it's a real thing.
Okay.
Apparently, I guess the draftee is like, don't get not to the Rams.
I think that's ridiculous, and whoever this is probably a Let's Go Brandon moron. But
are we back to Kayvon Thibodeau or
Thibodeau? Yeah.
Oh, Thibodeau. Sorry.
Thibodeau.
I don't know.
Hey, Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
I don't want to get too controversial here because you said he's a Let's Go Brandon. He is black. Does that sway your opinion of him now?
I mean, he still could be. Idiocy knows no color.
How do you go from somebody not wanting to pay more in taxes to being, I hate Biden, Trump? Yeah, I mean, how do you, in your mind, how do you correlate those things to being the exact same thing?
I don't know. I'm just jumping to conclusions like everybody does nowadays.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll appreciate your honesty.
Knee-jerk reactions to everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could have been why Tom Brady went to Tampa. I mean, there's no state income tax in Florida.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was one of the reasons that Ndamukong Suh went to Buccaneers.
Yeah, because he got shafted by the Rams in the state of California.
What? He made it to the Super Bowl. We just didn't have a running back or a receiver.
He made it with the Rams, but he won it with the Bucs.
Yeah.
You get nervous again?
A little salty?
Yeah. No, I'm mad at Sue still from the divisional game.
Why?
Because he tried to make up that Matt Stafford tried to kick him in the nuts when he was just like he rolled him over and then his legs happened to almost brush his junk and then he cried like a baby and got himself a 15-yard penalty. You didn't see that?
I was still mourning.
Oh yeah, that's right. You weren't watching football at that time. But yeah, no.
Get over yourself, Tim.
That's so funny.
I mean, I'm not that mad at it. I'm just saying him and Tom Brady were being little bitches that game. Because
wow. Yeah, but we know Vince will fight to the death to defend any former Huskers honor, no matter what they do.
That's not true.
That's not big Lawrence Phillips guy.
Yeah, then that's not entirely true. Was it Ahmad Green? He beat his kids.
Did he?
Ahman Green?
Yeah. That was pretty recently. Yeah.
Recent. His kids got.
I thought that was Adrian.
So he assaulted somebody.
I never heard about that from Ahman, but I guess I don't.
Like
but nobody does talk about it anymore. That might be the reason
why. Nice
why.
Little run up in Green Bay.
Well, yeah. I mean, he should be talked about, but it seems like he's kind of not talked about. Maybe there was a big thing that I totally missed.
Yeah, I missed it too.
because I don't know, people don't talk about Marshall Faulk all the time either because he got kicked off the NFL Network for being a
was he part of that? I thought it was just Warren Sapp.
No, yeah, he was part of that. Like he was.
Yeah, but
he was I think verbally. Verbal sexual harassment.
You got to remember, he was really good at running and catching a football. So, do we care that much?
Yeah.
So, and when I mean recently, I guess it was in 2017. He was arrested.
That's still pretty recent. His kids had to have been at least 18 at that point.
Arrested for charges of child abuse and disorderly conduct after his daughter from a previous marriage claimed Green pushed her and struck her in the head over a dispute about chores.
Well, yeah, she's not going to do her chores. How is
Green eventually entered a plea bargain where he pled no contest to reduce charges of criminal damage to property and disorderly conduct, claiming that he did not want to subject his daughter to a jury trial. He received 18 months probation.
What a hero.
It looks like
I didn't hear about that at all.
In February 2020, Green was named head coach of Lakeland University's new varsity esports team.
Esports
team. In November 2021, he's scheduled to be the host for the finals of the first ever Mid-America Gamers Expo in Council Bluffs. Oh, he was there? Holy cow. But anyways.
Were you there?
No, but I've heard.
How do you coach esports? So is he like... Is he coaching Rocket League?
Click faster.
I don't know what team he coaches.
That's their training drills. You don't run hills. You mash the button with your thumb over and over again.
You do the grip thing.
Seriously, how do you coach esports?
It depends on the game. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Could you coach esports?
Probably not very well. No.
Like, how do you coach Rocket League?
I mean, I feel like I don't know Rocket League. I don't know about how do you coach soccer?
You lead men. You develop strategy. How do you develop a strategy in Rocket League?
I mean,
if you actually have like a team together, I mean, usually that works a lot better than just some randos.
Yeah.
That's
on
true.
the internet.
I guess I always try to coach my teammates up too. They don't really listen or follow.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. That's the same thing with every video game that you play online.
To me, I'm kind of.
That's your old man.
That's
brain.
the old man, the old Tim in me. That just
we're all shaking our fists and telling everybody to get off our lawn.
Whoa, Tim. Do not include me in this.
But you still don't understand NFTs, so you might as well be a part of this.
That's not true at all. I understand them
perfectly. I used to be with...
that's why he gave us the idea that we need to sell some of those old podcasts. It was him that kept yelling at me saying that you can't do that when he has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
I used to be cool. I used to be with it. Now what it is scares me. It'll happen to you.
Never. 'Cause I'll be dead before that.
I'll be dead before I lose my wits. What were we talking about?
I have no... Oh, the Ndamukong Suh led to Ahman Green, and then...
I wanted to talk taxes with you, Tim. I wanted to get the conversation of taxes with you. You think we should give all of our money to the government?
No, I think that people who are getting away with not paying the government as much as they should pay more.
Getting away with not paying the government? I don't think anybody should pay the government. I don't think I should. I don't think Jeff Bezos should. I don't think anybody should.
Yeah.
I'm very anti-tax.
Okay.
Then how does the government operate?
Oh, it burns. So it doesn't operate.
So we're just living in chaos.
We're living in chaos.
Tyler's going to become one of them sovereign citizens that doesn't think they have to renew their licenses or pay.
My tabs are expired.
Yeah. I don't need a driver's license to travel freely.
There was a guy in England that he was 80.
He avoided all these years.
Never had insurance. Never had a license, and he just drove. And he got pulled over for the first time when he was like in his 80s.
That's impressive because I have to go to court all the time because I haven't printed out my freaking insurance paper. I don't have a printer because it's 2022. I've had to go to court. I've had to go to court like 3 times to say I have insurance. I tried to tell the dipshit that on the road, but he didn't listen to me.
Can't you just pull it up on your phone?
Yeah, I forgot to log in.
You don't just get it emailed to you.
Yeah, I probably could.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you could.
That's what you could probably call.
What we were talking about earlier. Robin takes care of all this stuff. Okay, I don't know the login.
What do you do, Tyler? What do you do here? What is it that you do here?
Sorry, hit the camera.
So wait, during that time when you weren't drinking, then what? You just nothing?
I played Skyrim.
Drinking incredible amounts of Honey Brew mead and Blackbriar mead.
I still don't feel anything.
My
stamina keeps going down.
Yeah,
but
my character regenerated 0 stamina that day.
But yeah, that guy is a hero. Can we find out his name? He should be knighted. Sir, never pay my taxes, or sir, never.
I don't think the queen would be into that if he didn't help pay for some
I'm not
of her
saying
stuff.
that. I'm not saying that he's gonna be knighted. I said he should. I should look into ways to kind of fly under the radar. Like, how do I get away from
maybe not talk about it on.
How do I
For one, I think you'd have to give up being a podcast host.
Yeah. How do I get out of not paying property taxes on my house?
Just don't pay them. You just not pay them.
That'd probably get noticed really quick.
Yeah, because eventually they just take your house.
But do you think I could protest that? Like,
you can write them and you can protest your valuation. You can do that.
Also, it's your
they'll
property.
They'll probably tell you to pound
property,
sand.
You just shoot them.
Even the property I haven't paid for.
That is.
You paid for the property, right?
No, I paid for the house. I just haven't paid the taxes on the property.
So if they want to sit on your front lawn, fine. You know what? You're right. That's the city's now. You can have it. But if you try to step inside my house,
full scale war.
And no, Nebraska is not that way. You can't shoot. You can't. We are not standing your ground.
I feel like we would be.
You'd think, but we're actually not. Yeah.
No.
See, usually, it's because of people like Tim. We're so progressive.
The courts,
Nebraska.
The courts do tend to favor people though. Like they I don't know.
If you're justified, yeah, for sure. But it's not like you couldn't Trayvon Martin anybody.
Taxes are just theft, Tim. They were trying to steal from me.
Look, he's getting all mad. We're getting him all riled up. He wants everybody else to pay all the taxes, but not him.
When somebody takes your money when you don't want them to, that's theft, right?
Okay.
Preach it, Vince.
So nobody paid taxes whatsoever.
The world would be a better place.
And so it was just everybody just like goes around and like, okay, we need this road fix. We're gonna have a bake sale. I don't know what is the.
We all come together and use those of us who have skills in repairing roads. We work together and fix it ourselves.
Yeah, that sounds like a
sounds like communism.
No.
The government's not involved. There's no government. So
yeah, no. If nobody was compulsive,
that sounds like a commune.
If paying into a fund to get, well, we're already not doing it. The bridges are collapsing everywhere, anyways. But
and you want us to pay more into that?
But it would be even worse. System. There would be no way that anybody would voluntarily pay into.
It needs to get worse before it can get better. Tim.
Listen, Tim. The reason why nobody would is because we're in this situation now where we've had to pay all of our money to the government, and now we're bitter.
I'm not saying that.
If we didn't have to pay that, we could all come together in harmony.
Yeah, imagine if we had all that money to ourselves, how much more willing we would be to give to the needy.
Yeah.
And how much we'd be more willing to pay for those streets to get
and to help each other out.
Yeah.
Scratch each other's backs.
No, Tim, stop. Okay. Instead, they just take it. Instead, they just take it from us
by force.
Out
of my paycheck before I even see it.
They take it and then they don't do anything with it. It just sits there.
Okay, so how do you explain people with billions and billions of dollars who don't?
They're called government officials.
Bill Gates. You're telling me he does nothing.
Okay, he does quite a bit, but
thank you.
Jeff Bezos.
No, not one of them.
All right, guys. Also,
this is stupid. I don't want to do this.
He took astronauts to space.
Why is it? Hold on. If Jeff Bezos can go to space, I should not, by any means necessary, ever have to sit at a train. If he could go to space, I should never have to wait on a train again.
Well, Tyler, that means we need to start getting rid of our coal dependence. So.
No, I'm saying we
should.
It's
like the only reason. Basically obsolete because that's like all they do. I mean, they do some more. They do transport other goods, but it's mostly coal. Goodbye, everybody.
Did we just cut out?
GarageBand crashed.
What is going on?
GarageBand crashed. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
The second episode that never existed.
No, we're good. We made it up to 48 minutes. It just stopped working for some reason. but I think we're coming back into action now. We're smooth sailing, and sorry about that.
It got bored of talking about Texas.
We crashed. The government crashed. The government crashed our podcast because we were developing.
Damn you, Bernie Sanders!
Yeah, he has so much power.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, since luckily the government cut us off there, we're diving very close into Super Bowl time, so we should probably
45 minutes.
I need to be able to have a cigarette and some food, and then
we'll be hopping back on here. Sorry, thanks for watching on YouTube. Love you, appreciate you. Podcast listeners, there's gonna be a quick little. I'm probably gonna put in some like Jeopardy music in between, and when we come back after the Jeopardy music is over, we'll be back in action with the recap of the Super Bowl with Tim either crying or celebrating like no.
Yeah, it'll either be like this. Or
with a cigar in his mouth. I would applaud you if you came on after they lost.
I will.
Not a true fan.
You're the guy that burned all his Titans gear over a measly divisional loss.
Because I'm a real fan.
You gave up on your team.
Goodbye, YouTube.
You gave up on your team.